Hi ladies, I hope you're all alright. Right, I've come on this afternoon to show you a quick tutorial on how I make rosette flowers. Now, it's quite a straightforward thing, more than likely to a lot of crafters, but not everybody knows how to do everything. So I'm doing this tutorial to help out some of my friends. The basic principle of these, measurement-wise, is whatever diameter you want your rosette to be, okay, the ones that I did on my video that I showed you, and that I've posted on Facebook, are 5-inch diameter circles, okay? So whatever size rosette you want, you have it, and that is how wide your strips need to be. So mine were 5-inch diameters, so that meant I needed my strips to be cut at 2.5 inches. So it's the same principle. If you want a 4-inch one, diameter one, then you'd cut your strips at 2. If you want a 3, you cut them at 1.5, and so on and so on. And that is how you assess the width of your strips to get the right size. Okay? As for lengthwise, that can be trial and error. With the ones that I've done that are 5 inches diameter, which are a fair decent size, they're probably just slightly bigger than a CD. With those, I cut 24 inches lengthways. So there were 2.5 inches, 2 strips of those from a 12 by 12 page, 12 by 12 square. So 2 strips at 2.5 inches, okay? And that was enough, because you need enough folds to make the flower. It's the same principle as when you're making a shabby chic flower. If you don't have enough gather, it's going to be tight and it's not going to look right. You need lots and lots of gather, okay? I don't think you can have too much gather on these, really. You can only have not enough. So it's better to, and it is trial and error, unless you've got somebody specifically telling you, like I'm telling you, for a 2.5 inch one, you need 24 inches minimum. Okay, so I'm cutting mine. I mean, just cutting. I just use this on my cutting mat. I have got one of these. And every time I use it, I end up with wrong size paper. I don't know, I think I'm just a bit thick when it comes to measuring, so I just line it up on my mat. You can draw a line and cut it with scissors if you don't have a cutter. You don't have to have fancy tools. However, I would say that for this to work and for you to get nice folds, you need some kind of scoring board. Now, if you did it just flat there and scored your lines on a mat, that would be fine, but you would have to make sure that they were straight and even, an even amount of space, you know, the same distance between each score, otherwise it doesn't work. And what I do is, I've got various scoreboards that I've scrounged and had gifted, and this is one. And between this one and the one that Geraldine gave me, I manage. And I score mine at every every half an inch. Okay, so I've marked mine here. I've got 1 inch, and then these lines are half an inch, and the dashes are 1/4 inch. You can do them at 1/4 inch, and they do look nice, but they can be difficult to see all the lines and to fold, especially if you've got any kind of problems with your hands. So score a line at every half an inch. Okay, so you get your strip, okay, put it on your scoreboard. If you've got a fancy one where you can butt it right up at the top, that's even better. I haven't, so I just have to hold it. But you need to try and get, if you're not used to scoring, hold your tool or whatever you use like that, and don't press on too hard, otherwise you will go through the paper. I'm not trying to think that I know it all, I'm just telling you because I've done it myself. Okay, so then you do your lines all the way along, every half an inch. So 1 inch, 1.5 inch, 2 inch, 2.5, all the way along. Now my scoreboard is only a certain size, whereas like the Martha Stewart ones are longer. So what I do is when I get to the end, I just move my paper up, line it up line one of the scores up and just keep on going. You know, if you don't have the exact right tools, you just keep on going. So I'm going to measure my last score that I did up at one of the 1/2 inch points. Make sure it's straight. Carry on going. Okay. Carry on going. Oops. I'm just using some random paper here. So then you've got all of those score marks. Can you see them? They are at every 1/2 inch. And then you fold it towards you, away from you, towards you, away from you, like that. Like a fan. Using your score lines. Okay? Don't worry if it starts to look like it's not even. So long as you stay on them score lines. And if you look like you're going out of sync, go back and have another look. You might have just gone a bit skew with on one of your score lines. It should be pretty straightforward. You're just folding backwards, forwards like a fan. And a concertina, like that. Okay? And then give it a right good squeeze. Or one of them if you've got a bone folder, which I have invested in. I got them from Range. I got a set of 2 for £1.99, so I didn't mind paying that. So that's one. Okay, that's one. So then I need to do another, which I've cut. So you do the same again. Every 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm starting at, oops, just get your paper straight. I'm starting at 1/2 inch. 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Just let me plug my glue gun in. 3, 3.5, 4. Just keep going until you've got scores right to the end of your paper. Line the last score up if you've got a short scoreboard like I have. Get your paper straight. It's important that you get it as straight as you can. It doesn't massively matter, but it just folds better. What minutes am I on? 7. Okay, we can do it. We can do it in 15. I don't want to have to come back and do a part 2. So again, you've got your score marks, if you can see. There you go. So again, fold towards you, then away, towards, away. It doesn't matter which way around you do it. But obviously you're going to want to end up with your pattern paper up. Well, either way it doesn't matter, because even when you've glued it all down, you can just turn it over. So it doesn't matter which way you do it. Okay, and see, it's going a little bit offline there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. It won't matter to the end product if you end up where it's not completely lined up. Can you see how that's gone a bit skew with? Don't matter. Okay, don't worry about it. Just going over it to get nice sharp creases. Right, so then you've got 2 concertinas, okay? Now you want to join them together. Okay, you just need to make sure that your paper's facing both the same way, which mine wasn't. And then you just want to make sure that when you've joined them together, however you do it, they carry on, so that the fold is consistent as if it's all one big piece. Okay, it's not difficult. You might have to not join that one directly to that one. You might have to go on to the next one. Okay, in which case you could snip that off if you want, or you can just leave it on. It doesn't matter. Now for ease, just to be speedy, I'm going to use hot glue. Okay, you're better off using wet glue. Or you could even use your double-sided score tape. I'm not keen on using hot glue. It dries too quickly on paper and you haven't got time to manoeuvre. So you've got to be... you can use it if you're quick. And also it can leave hard bits so that you can't fold. But there, that's joined together. And it's joined so that the folds stay consistent. Okay? And then you join the other ends together so that you've got a circle. Again, you need to make sure that the concertina stays consistent, so I'm having to overlap like that. Yeah? Can you see that? I'm not necessarily sticking the last piece of that onto the last piece of that like that. Otherwise it wouldn't, if I show you, it wouldn't fold right then. Yeah, you'd end up with a square bit. So you've got to make sure that it, you know, it flows right. See? So I'm having to overlap it. Okay? Doesn't matter. So I'm overlapping it a bit. So just have a quick look before you glue it down and work out and make sure that it stays consistently in folds. Okay? So again, I'm going to use my hot glue just for the sake of fastness. But I would use score tape or wet glue. I wouldn't use hot glue for this bit. Okay? But it's fine, it doesn't matter. So then you've got a circle like that. Now this next bit is the bit that people find hard. What do? Right. I've already cut. I have these on hand all the time. I've got a little glass tub of them on my desk. 1-inch circles, okay? From a circle punch. If you don't have a circle punch, cut some out. It doesn't matter if they're not exact circles. And it doesn't matter if they're not exactly 1 inch. Okay, when you buy them in the shops, they've got little buttons stuck on them. You could cut a square. It doesn't matter, because if you're going to decorate it, you're going to cover it up. Right, so there you go. There's your circle. So all you do is you flatten it down. Flatten it down. Flatten it down to the deck like that. Okay? And then push them all together. Push them together and they'll make a pinwheel shape. Okay? Now either get somebody to hold it for you or stick some on top to weigh it down. Okay? Get your 1-inch circle. Put some glue on it. Take your weight off. And then just stick that in the middle. Okay? And press down. That bit can be fiddly. The first time you do it, you might feel all fingers and thumbs. Okay? So like that. And then you just turn it over and it goes like that, look. It doesn't need to be perfect. That doesn't need to be a perfect circle in the middle. It doesn't matter. But that's what it looks like. So then you just get another circle. Put some glue on. Stick it over. And that will hold all of those together. Give it a firm press. Okay, and there you go. There's your rosette. Okay, and then you can decorate those however you want. They're quite firm because it's concertina paper. You can put what have I got to hand? Let's have a look. What have I got? You can glue little doilies in the middle. You can glue big doilies in the middle. You could put lace on it. You could make a gathered flower out of lace, like a little shabby chic flower, and stick it on. You can put your images on there. Just treat it like anything else that you want to decorate. Okay? Or you can make another smaller one, say with 1.5-inch strips, and you'd have another small rosette and layer it. You can do whatever you want with it. Just treat it like a normal flower and decorate it how you want. Okay? Or any other thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be treated like it's a flower. You can... There's possibilities are endless, but that's how you do them. Okay? So there you go. Right, ladies, I do hope that's helped you. If it's not clear and anybody's still really unsure, it's not a problem. I can do it all again. Right, ladies, go and have a go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye for now.